Management Accounting C370. Considering the importance of management accounting, according to CIMA and AICPA 2014, management accounting creates value and ensures sustainable success by contributing to sound decision making through the comprehensive analysis and provision of information that enables and supports organizations to plan, implement, and control the execution of their strategy, where we also consider strategy in detail later. And when it comes to the principles of management accounting, according to Atkinson et al. 2012, measurement must support the company's strategy and operations. If you don't measure it, you can't manage and improve it. It is based on these key principles that management accounting is being able to create value and ensure sustainable success. And nevertheless, Collier 2015 introduces us the global management accounting principles, where Collier identifies that there are three main global management accounting principles. First of all, management accounting has to provide three-dimensional information. That is, it has to provide information with respect to time, that is the past, present, and future, and it has to provide both internal and external information and financial and non-financial information. Also, management accounting has to model up value creation, that is, to understand the cause-effect relationship between inputs and outcomes it's necessary. And finally, communication to impact on better decisions about strategy execution. Linking financial and management accounting, according to Collier 2015, managers need to understand financial accounting in order to take full advantage of the range of management accounting techniques that are available. This is because many managerial decisions involve decisions that will ultimately be reported in financial statements and that will affect shareholder reaction in stock markets. And also the accounting system that generates financial reports is the same system that is used by managers for planning, decision making, and control. Hence, managers should understand financial accounting first in order to take full advantage of management accounting techniques. Considering about Atkinson et al. 2012, Atkinson et al. 2012 argues that financial and management accounting are similar. That is, both are based on financial and other quantitative information about business operations. Whereas also they point out that financial and management accounting are different. And the differences are basically financial accounting produces retrospective reports, that's with regard to the past, whereas management accounting involves both retrospective reporting and prospective planning. Nevertheless, financial accounting involves financial reporting and analysis, but management accounting involves both financial and non-financial measures. And also financial accounting has its primary orientation towards external stakeholders, whereas management accounting has its primary orientation towards internal decision making. And due to this reason, financial accounting is regulated by standards and financial rules, and therefore it's often audited both internally and externally. But management accounting does not involve any prescribed rules, and therefore it's subject only to internal audit. Considering the organizational structure and management accounting. According to Charlotte 1972, organizational structure is the formal allocation of work roles and the administrative mechanisms to control and integrate work activities. So basically, all the work conducted in a firm will be organized and allocated via the organizational structure. And not only that, even the administrative mechanisms will be integrated through this organizational structure. Further, according to Emmanuel 1990, organizational structure is a potent form of control. So, the control of a business is mainly held up by the organizational structure, according to Emmanuel 1990. Whereas the latest view by SIM 2017 is that uh, management accounting is a technology or a set of practices that influence and are influenced by the organizational structure of the business, meaning that organizational structure is something that will influence all the activities of a business, which supports both Child's and Emmanuel's views. And considering about the importance of organizational structure influences organizational performance. And according to Nathanson 1976, the choice of organizational structure, organizational forms, is the result of choices about task, about people, about structure, reward systems, information, and decision processes. Considering the different types of organizational structure, there are mainly two types of organizational structure, that is functional and divisional. Functional structure is more centralized structure, whereas divisional structure is more of a decentralized structure. When it comes to functional structure, decision making is at the top and functional responsibilities are there. That's how Collier 2015 introduces functional structure to us. Whereas when considering about the divisional or decentralized structure, small head office with supporting business units are available, and these supporting business units are normally based on geographic territories or functional areas. And when it comes to responsibility centers, these functional business units which we referred previously, these are mainly of three types based on management responsibility. The first is the cost responsibility center, where the main responsibility of the manager is to control cost within budget limits, whereas profit responsibility center, the responsibility is to maximize profits, and investment responsibility center, the main responsibility is to generate a good return on investment. So therefore it's a flexible center because the goal can be achieved by profit maximization or investment reduction. Considering about functional structure, the role that accounting plays is that it is considered as a staff function to the line functions. So therefore, accounting is centralized only to the accounting department. But when it comes to the divisional structure, according to Solomon's 1965, accounting guides decision making and performance appraisal of divisional management. Considering about the two structures, considering about the functionalized structure, it is best for small firms, that is firms with a narrow geographic spread with limited product portfolio. Whereas divisional structure is best for large firms because planning is centrally coordinated and the implementation, decision making and control are delegated to local management. This slide clearly indicates an example of a functional structure where we have the CEO on top and responsibilities are divided among marketing, production, human resources, information technology and customer service. Whereas Walmart is a good example for this type of usage of functional organizational structure, which is clearly shown where more Walmart uses the functional organizational structure for product operations. And this slide indicates an example of divisional structure where the CEO is on top, and based on the product there are divisions developed, and for each division there's the R&D, marketing, finance, etc. subdivisions. When it comes to the development of organizational structure, according to Atkinson et al. 2012, decentralization is the process of delegating decision-making authority to frontline decision makers. So, in the case of decentralization, we move from task control to results control. And the reason behind the development of decentralization is that The increase in organizational size led to the difficulty for centralized decision making because they were geographically dispersed. And SIM 2017 compares centralization and decentralization, whereas SIM 27 identifies that in centralization, decision making is done by senior managers, whereas in decentralization, decision making is delegated to lower level employees via responsibility centers. And therefore, centralization is most effective with stable business environment and technologies, and when the customer requirements are well understood, because that's when senior management can take good decisions. Whereas decentralization is most effective when the business environment is changing, because that's when the low level employees can identify what are the changes in the business environment and react quickly. And when customer requirements are constantly changing, because low level employees are the ones who are really dealing with customers more than the senior managers, so then they would know better than the senior managers about the customer's requirements. And also when employees have the skills and knowledge to accept decision making, and when employee understands the organization's objectives. If he does not understand the organization's objectives, his decision making would be poor. So with all of these facts, only decentralization will become most effective. Considering further about decentralization, there is a difference between decentralization and divisionalization. According to SIM 2017, decentralization empowers managers of organizational branches and units with decision-making authority, whereas divisionalization extends decentralization, adding responsibility over revenue management. According to Solomon's 1965, decentralization implies the devolution of authority to make decisions, while divisionalization adds to decentralization the concept of delegated profit responsibility. And when it comes to Collier 2015, Collier 2015 identifies that divisionalization provides certain benefits. It is to diversify while retaining overall strategic direction and control. And nevertheless, it's also good because performance improvement is encouraged through delegation. And now you can watch the linked notes video.